So one thing that I would do is I would treat my university degree. For a second, I thought James had his hand on his head like, oh my God, she's crazy. Hi lovelies, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to film this video because I have not done a Q&A in so long, and the amount of times I get asked to share my university experience, what was university like, what are my tips for university, it happens a lot, like a lot. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I have James, who usually helps me film, but we have Jai behind the camera today, and James is gonna be calling out all the questions that you've sent through because I put up a little Instagram question sticker on my stories and I just said, shoot them all through to me and I'll answer as many as I can in today's video. I haven't read them, I just opened it up, screenshotted them all, and I've passed my phone to him, which is very nerve-wracking. Before we actually get into the question segment though, comment below what are you currently studying and what grade are you in? Or are you already in university? Or are you like me and you finished and that's all in the past? Now it's just easy and chilled life. Not really. Anyway, let's get into the questions.
Okay, first question, how long were you in college for?
Okay, so it's so interesting when people say college because we call it university in Australia, but let me just think back to my university days. So I did an undergraduate degree, which was 3 years, but I did that over 4 years. And then I did a postgraduate diploma, which was my 5th year. So 5 years, it's a long time, long time.
Next question, when will we get a new house tour?
How is when will we get a new house tour related to my university experience? You will get a new house tour very soon because we're moving in just a few weeks. So this whole setup is going to look very different.
How did you manage to balance studying and personal life?
Okay, I love this question. How did I manage to balance studying and personal life? Honestly, it was something that I had to get the hang of over time because when I first started at university, I did my undergraduate degree part-time. I sort of underloaded a few subjects, so I had a bit more time on my hands for a social life, for working a part-time job, and for studying. But then once I got into like my 3rd year of university and definitely 4th and 5th, I did have a lot more work. I was volunteering at 2 different places. I also had a part-time job. I was studying for my exams. I needed in my mind to get really high grades, like A+, HDs, high distinctions. That's our grading system here in order to get into the next degree. It was very competitive. So for me, it was really just about structuring everything I possibly could. Like I wish, now that I think about it, I just had an image of myself sitting in the library at Deakin University with my blue KKK diary. So I had everything blocked out. And this is something I talk about in my study skills book, The High School Survival Guide, which will be linked below. There's a little plug for my resources. Anyway, I'm allowed to do it. It's my channel. I worked very hard on that book and I love it. But I honestly blocked out everything. So I had, from 9 till 10, I had a lecture in my diary. And then from 10 till 10:30 was a little break. From 10:30 to 11:30 was revising my notes in the library. Like I had it down because without scheduling it in, I would get very overwhelmed. And also I found that I would just get straight into it. If I didn't schedule things down, then it's just something I have to eventually get around to doing. So I would make time in my diary. I would actually make time for personal time and I would make time for revising and I would make time to go to my lectures. Because if you don't make time for it, it's not going to happen. And if you don't prioritize it, it's not going to end up being a true priority.
Next question is, what motivates you to keep studying?
What motivates me to keep studying, or what motivated me to keep studying? I had some really great friends that I made at university and we were each other's motivation. We're also slightly competitive. So I love the show Friends and I liken myself to a little bit of Rachel and a lot of Monica. A lot of that type A competitive, loves to win kind of personality. And so it was healthy competition. I think that definitely motivated me. But of course, I also had like that big picture goal in mind. I knew what I wanted to do. I thought I knew where I was going in life because things took a change, obviously. But I wanted to get into a clinical master's. I wanted to be a professional psychologist. And I knew the sort of grades I had to get in order to manage to successfully achieve that goal. So I think having a goal motivated me, having great friends motivated me. And I'm naturally just a very motivated person, which is why I guess I love making this content, because I feel like I can help you guys. Of course, there are times where I don't feel motivated, but that's usually when I've burnt out. So it's just like naturally within me sometimes. I don't know. Am I weird like that? If anyone else is just like a go, go, go kind of person, can you comment below? Because I feel like getting motivated is not one of my struggles typically. I do experience it from time to time, but it's not something that I often have to grapple with.
How did you plan studying during the week/day on a normal week where you did not have exams?
Okay, I'm a morning person. I cannot function in the evenings with work. And also, I feel like when I studied, or when I work now as well, if I don't clock off and get off my phone or devices several hours before bedtime, I don't sleep as well. I'm more highly strung. I'm still really wired in my brain. So I would typically get to uni around 8 or 9 a.m. This is the other thing. So I know that college or uni schedules can be different for everyone, but I would actually treat my degree. This is like the biggest tip I'm gonna give in this video. So one thing that I would do is I would treat my university degree. For a second, I thought James had his hand on his head like, oh my God, she's crazy. So I would treat my university degree as a full-time job. I would go to university at 9 a.m. and if I had breaks in the middle, or even if I didn't have a lecture starting at that time, all that space between my classes and tutorials, that was my study and revision time, so I wouldn't have to bring work home with me. I hate working from home. I hated studying from home. I wanted to just be able to get home, put my bag down and clock off for the day, because by the time you get home at 5:30, you want to unwind for a bit, then you've got dinner with your family, then you want to watch a show, and then you just want to go to bed. So that's something that I really recommend you do. Treat it like a 9 to 5. And if you're not a morning person, then maybe start a little bit later. Treat it like a, 11 till 7 or something like that. But that's what worked for me. And I was just, I can't believe I forgot I did that. But you should definitely do that.
Was college worth it?
Was college worth it? Do you know what? When I started my stationery line, Educationary, and when I started my YouTube channel, initially, actually it was before YouTube, it was more when I was thinking about the stationery. Initially I thought like, what have I done for the last 5 years? It's all been absolutely for nothing. Like I could not see how my studies and my education at university would translate into running a business and being creative and designing stationery or filming and editing YouTube videos. Like I just couldn't see it. And the more that I started to get into what is now my beautiful career, thanks to all of you, I realized nothing is ever wasted. Everything seems to filter into the next thing that you do in some way. Everything serves you in some way. And I definitely think if it wasn't for all the organizational skills, the communication skills I learned from volunteering on crisis helplines or running support groups, an anxiety support group here in my state, like that stuff I utilize now when I make my videos. I utilize when I am writing a blog post or replying to emails and messages. All the organization skills and time management I definitely utilize when running a business. So for me, it was definitely worth it. And on top of that, it's also like upskilling. So I was adding more and more to my toolkit for whatever I wanted to do in life. So I'm not saying you have to go to college or university, and if you don't, that you're at a disadvantage. It also depends on what you want to do with your life. Maybe your skill set is going to be better developed through other means of education that doesn't necessarily come from university. There are many courses out there, there's mentorships, there's online tutorials, like so many other ways to educate yourself than just going to university. But for me, I'm so glad that I did.
was your first day scary?
My first day at university. So I have like 2 first days because I went to 2 different campuses. I did my undergraduate degree at Monash University and my postgraduate degree at Deakin. And my first day at Deakin I honestly came back like manic and high and just like on top of the world. I had the best time. I just loved meeting all these new people. I felt like everyone was so friendly and I left with so many more new friends. My first day of my undergraduate though, so like I totally stumbled there. My first day of my undergraduate degree though, the very first day I ever went to uni, we had an orientation day, which I can barely remember, to be honest. But then going to my first lecture, once my degree actually started, it wasn't as scary as I expected because I had toured the campus and then I bumped into a lot of other people I went to school with or friends of people that I went to school with that I was friends with. So I think the second that you have a buddy, everything is better because you don't feel like you're alone anymore. It's like you're, touring the campus together or you're going through these first experiences together. So I definitely recommend if you, can make friends, sooner the better, like put yourself out there and introduce yourself because it really does help you to settle in.
How do you manage so many deadlines?
How do I manage so many deadlines? Honestly, I break down those tasks, I schedule them in. The second I know that something is gonna be due, like the second that I'm given a project or when I was studying at university, I would put it in my diary that second. And check out my project planner because I've got a digital version if you're not based in Australia and it comes in some very cute colors. Maybe we'll insert them on the screen over here. But there's also the physical stationery paper-based project planner that I designed. And I set it out in a way that you write down all of your to-dos or break down your bigger tasks into smaller manageable tasks and then schedule them in for the next 3 weeks. I am not a last minute crammer. It gives me way too much anxiety and I can't deal with that stress in my life. So if you can start everything as soon as possible, it means that you can just do a little bit every day and you can juggle everything, but you're not gonna feel stressed. So that's what worked for me. And I actually can't strong enough advise that you do that. Like it's so important. That was a lot of questions. All right, so comment down below if you have any more questions for me about my time at university or college, or if you want me to film any more of these Q&A style videos, and I would love to do that because it's been so long. So let me know in the comments. All my resources will be down below, my book, my stationery, my blog, my Instagram. Go follow me at Study with Jess for more daily inspo, motivation and tips. So have a beautiful, happy and productive week. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you soon. Mwah! Bye.